Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Boom Shaka, as always, and I wanted to welcome you to my channel and to all my videos, and I hope that you guys enjoy them and that you gain something from all the videos that I've been doing. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about intelligence and how sometimes knowing too much can also be a curse. Ignorance obviously can be bliss in a lot of ways, and it also can be a curse. You know, a lot of times you think to yourself, it's a blessing and a curse. Everything is a blessing and a curse. Mostly people talk about ignorance, about stupidity, or about people who are going out there and doing stupid things. They're the ones who are in trouble. But a lot of times, in my opinion, I think intelligent people also can be in trouble as well. I'll give you a very simple example of that. If you've ever watched the movie Idiocracy, you'll see that in that. You know, a lot of I hate using the word stupid because it's so derogatory, but I'm going to use that because you know what I'm talking about, I think. But I'm not using it as in a derogatory way, hopefully. And so in that movie, stupid people, they did not know that they were dumb, and they did not know that the world was in crisis, and they didn't care about any of that stuff. So they kept on having children. And smart people who knew that the world was in crisis, that the world was going to shit, that children should not be, you should not reproduce unless you have a reason for it, or if you really want kids, or if you have the right time for it. If you're too busy, don't do it. So they didn't have kids. The smart people didn't. And what happened through the power of evolution and survival instinct and all that, smart people started getting eliminated because they weren't having children, and stupid people started getting more and more prevalent in society, so much so that the entire society was made up of stupid people, right? I mean, that's the idea behind the movie. That's a very simple thing, a simple idea of what I'm trying to convey. But in my opinion, I've found that intelligence sometimes can be a crutch. It can actually be something that holds you back. I see that a lot in my sister. My sister is brilliant. She is much smarter than I am. She's a lawyer, and you know she got into law school herself. Even though she went to a really low income high school, she was the only one who got into that really good law school. She did everything herself, all the applications. No one helped her. And even now, she is working for a really, really good firm, a really good position, and she's doing really well. And again, no one helps her with anything. She does all of it herself. She goes to networking events. Brilliant, brilliant person, basically, right? Really, really smart. But I've noticed this tendency because she's so smart and because she can see so much, because she's intuitive, she's an INTJ, and because she knows so much, she knows all the possibilities already, right? So, for example, if I was gonna go start a business, I would think, that looks like a good idea. I like those bags. They look beautiful. Just like how I started this business, I was selling bags on My Bohemia Co. So I looked at the bags. I liked the bags. I used the bags. They seemed like good quality. I was like, all right, I'm going to import them to Toronto and I'm going to sell them. That was my thought process behind it. I mean, of course, there's a lot of intuition involved, and I sat over it and I pondered it for a bit. But as soon as I decided, I decided. I did not look into how 50% of businesses fail within the first year, or how import-export businesses are this or that. I did not do any of that poignant research. I mean, maybe I should have. But I've noticed that if you know too much, it's also like a detriment, because you can use all that information in order to hold yourself back. And I know that my sister does that all the time because she'll want to do something, right? She'll think about something, for example, she wants to go to rock climbing lessons, right? And so she'll think about something and then she will talk herself out of it because she'll do all this research on it, and she'll be like, oh, well, because I have carpal tunnel syndrome, I don't think I should do this, or because I have plantar fasciitis, I shouldn't do that. And all of these reasons, she'll do a lot of research. She's very smart, she knows a lot, and she's intuitive, so she does all this research, and then at the end of all of this research, almost always, in 99% of the cases, she says no, she's not going to go ahead with her idea. Now, this has happened several times, and is one of the reasons why she holds herself back a little bit, because she's so intelligent and because she knows so much. She knows all the possibilities, and she knows there's a really high possibility that it might fail, whatever she's going to do. And as an INTJ, I think there's a thing inside of them that they don't want to do something if it's going to be a failure. They don't want to just try. If they know absolutely that it's going to be a success, then they'll take it on. If they know it's not going to be a success, then they won't take it on. which is a hard thing to say, because how do you know something is going to be success or not? Or how do you delineate something as being a success? For me, if I do something that I've been wanting to do for a long, long time, in itself, that I think is a success, because I will have no regrets in my life. I've always wanted to have an import-export business. I've been thinking about it for 10, 15 years, and I finally did it. Now, if I make any money off of it or not, I don't know. That's a secondary story to me. But I did this thing. I had a dream, I fulfilled it, I worked on it, and I made it happen. And for me, that is already a success. But for them, for INTJs, and for a lot of people on this planet, especially intelligent, intuitive people, they have this thing inside of them that says, if you are not making millions from it, or if you're not really, really famous, or if you're not doing a bunch of different things like so have a lot of subscribers or have a lot of followers, then you're not successful. And that means you shouldn't even bother putting your eggs into that basket. Don't even try. Don't even take that first step towards it. And because of that, so many intelligent people are not taking risks. They're not going forward and doing all the different things that they've been wanting to do because they're so afraid, or because they know that's going to be a failure already. How do you know it's going to be a failure? The reality of it is that the first thing that you do, the first iteration of whatever you might do, might be a failure. But then you're going to tweak it a little bit, and then you're going to try it again, and then you're going to tweak it again, and you're going to try it again. You're going to tweak it again, and you're going to try it again. And eventually, maybe you're going to be a success, right? That's the whole point of it. Even Amazon, which is a huge success right now, if you read Jeff Bezos' story, you would see that he wasted hundreds of millions of dollars in the beginning, and he made lots of stupid decisions, and he made lots of mistakes, and finally now he's a billionaire. But in the past, he lost a lot of money and almost put his business into bankruptcy because of his mistakes, but he kept on going. If someone had told him at that point, most businesses fail after the first year or things like that, and if he's intelligent, but if he was that kind of person who took it at face value and said, oh no, that means my business is going to fail as well, so why should I even bother? Then he would never have started this amazing business that is overhauling the entire consumeristic culture on this planet, right? The same thing with my YouTube channel. I'm not saying that's a major success or anything, but I'm saying that I'm using it as an example because my sister, when I told her at first that I was doing these videos, of course, she was very logical about it. I am not logical, as you guys know. I'm very irrational and very emotional. And my reasoning why I wanted to do the YouTube channel was I want to do it. I've been wanting to do it. There is something inside of me telling me to do it. I want to make videos. I'm going to do it, kind of thing, right? There was no logic behind it. I didn't do any research on how I should start a channel. I didn't do any of that, okay? The same thing with my podcast. I didn't do any research. I just decided I wanted to do it, and I did it. So my sister, when I told her that I was starting a YouTube channel, she was like, but why? And I was like, but I want to. And she said, but there are hundreds of thousands of YouTubers out there already. Why would anyone pay attention to your stuff? Why would anyone care about your stuff? What is the point of it? How are you going to differentiate yourself? What is your niche going to be? What are you going to talk about? How are you going to present yourself? And she had all of these interesting, really smart questions for me. Now, that's how she would talk herself out of doing something like this, because she'd be like, well, I don't have a particular niche. I'm not particularly famous. I don't have anything really special to say, so I'm not going to do it. For me, I listened to all those questions, and all I heard was, I want to do this. I really, 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 really want to do this. I heard my inner child, that little girl inside of me, say, I really want to do this. Let's do it. And so I was like, all right, cool. I don't care about all that stuff. If no one listens to me, it doesn't matter. I'm doing it for me. I'm going to put myself out there, right? And so I'm not saying that I'm not intelligent. I'm just saying that I know that as an intelligent person, we have a tendency to, as I said, talk ourselves out of ideas because we believe that they're not going to be successful. How do we know they're not going to be successful? How do we know that they're not going to be successful maybe 5 or 10 years in the future? Or maybe even a year in the future? How do you know the future? No one does. Not even someone who can predict the future will actually know the future, because there are so many different ways for the future to go forward, right? There's so many different interconnected pathways that the future could take, and so something that you might think might happen might not happen, or something that you think might not happen might. You have no idea. You do not know. As you can see, I can get really agitated about the subject matter because I used to hold myself back like that in the past. When I was younger, I would think about all the different ways that I could fail whenever I wanted to start something new. So I was like, oh my God, no, I'm not going to be good at that because of this reason. And so I wouldn't do it. And then I would be like, oh, I really want to do that. Oh, no, I'm not going to be successful on that because of these reasons. Okay, I shouldn't do it then. And so I did not do so many different things that I wanted to do. I mean, I wanted to start that import-export business, as I said, 10, 15 years ago, but I didn't because I talked myself out of it, right? The reason I'm doing this video is because all of you guys are intelligent human beings. You're watching a YouTube channel, you're watching a YouTube video, you obviously have disposable income to have a phone or a computer to watch it on. You obviously have disposable time to be able to do this. So obviously you are not maybe perhaps in the upper echelons of society, but you are probably middle class or upper middle class, right? And so you have that capacity to change the world. You have the capacity to start something new, to be creative. But because you are intelligent beings, you're probably going to talk yourself out of it quite often. And I'm sure you do that already to yourself. I get a lot of emails from you guys saying you do that as well, and wanting me to talk you into it. I can't do that for you guys. I can't do that for all of you guys. But hopefully this video will help you guys realize that you're just letting your intelligence be a crutch to you. You're going to be using that as a way of you holding yourself back. There's so many ideas that came through. For example, UPS was started from their uncle's garage or basement, and they had one truck, and it was two friends who started it. And now look at UPS. I mean, and if someone had told them at that point, what are you doing? You're gonna deliver stuff on your truck? Are you stupid? But they kept on going, right? And so that's the point of all of this stuff. People don't know what things are gonna be successful, what ideas are going to be successful or not. People have no idea. Most people are really ready to tell you, oh, your idea is not going to work. But they have no idea what they're talking about. So don't listen to them. If you want to do something, just go ahead and try it. Try it. And then perhaps say, okay, maybe this won't work. And then tweak it. And then try it again. Okay? Again, if you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. If you have any video suggestions, let me know. I know I do get a little agitated in these videos because I remember how foolish I was when I was young, and I really just want to slap myself like, don't do that again. So basically that's how I get in these videos. I apologize if it was too much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.